Thanks so much for watching us here on WHAS 11 News at noon. I am Brooke Hash. We had a snow day yesterday, maybe another one for some of our kiddos today. Most back in school with the winter weather that we have, clear roads. But how long will that last? We know there is some snow in the forecast, maybe up this weekend. Matthew Willoughby.
Yeah, like we are tracking a system that could likely bring a bit of a wintry mix to our area. So still a little bit far out to talk about main details. But yeah, we are tracking the next system to really roll thin as it goes towards the end of next weekend. Right now, though, still hanging on to those cloudy conditions, and that snow hasn't melted just yet. Still out there for us this afternoon. Temperatures right now, it is a frigid one. Temperatures well into the mid-20s right now, 25 degrees here in Louisville, Scottsburg at 26 degrees, Seymour at 26 as well. And it is just downright cold outside. Satellite radar does still have those clouds kind of lingering really all across the state for us this afternoon, but not any accumulations or precip that is rolling in for us for today on this Wednesday. As we look at the next 12 hours, we'll see those temperatures barely increase into the 30s and we'll likely struggle to reach 30s. As we head towards this afternoon, back into tonight, we'll have another cool one where temperatures will drop into the 20s once again. So highs today, likely going to struggle to even reach out of the 30s as temperatures will be mostly into the mid 30s. For tomorrow, though, even colder, lower 30s out there for you. It is going to be downright a cold week ahead. So just as we talk about, our next winter system is looming. And I'll be timing out what you can expect for the weekend ahead coming up in just a few minutes. We'll send it back over to you, Brooke.
All right, thanks so much, Matthew. Right now, attorneys for the victims in the UPS plane crash are speaking publicly after filing the first wrongful death lawsuits on behalf of families. A Chicago law office, along with Sam Aguiar here in Louisville, filed that suit against UPS, General Electric, Boeing, and a maintenance company out of San Antonio. And that's the company our focus team found worked on the plane a month and a half before it crashed. Taking a live look at the moment, we are again awaiting that news conference that was expected to happen at the top of the hour. This lawsuit is on behalf of the families who lost 45-year-old mother Angela Anderson, as well as 37-year-old mom Trinidad Trina Chavez, who worked at Grade A Auto Parts. The firms claim the companies were negligent and the aviation industry should learn from its mistakes. Our Alexander Goldberg is there and we'll have the very latest coming up on this case today at 4. The Louisville Airport, meanwhile, released more details about the immediate aftermath of that crash. Dan Mann, executive director of the Louisville Regional Airport Authority, said the crash closed down the runway, grounding 5 departures and diverting 16 arrivals. The airfield partially reopened 11 hours after that crash and after lengthy coordination with TSA, UPS, and the NTSB. Mann said finding out what happened took priority over opening that airfield.
First mission is we have to find out what happened here. But secondly, we do still have an airfield. We still have expectations.
Mann said that by 7 the following morning, the first 2 commercial jets were able to fly out from the airfield here in Louisville by 10:30. Most commercial service flights could fly out from the airport as it continued to work toward reopening. Well, phase 2 of the city's plan to reopen the business area around that crash site at Grade Lane is underway. The stage involves restoring gas services to businesses after the disaster cut them off. Jody Myman, the executive director of Metro Emergency Services, said there's been a few hitches, but phase 2 going pretty smoothly.
They were able to safely get 24 businesses their gas service back on Grade Lane. There were a couple of them that didn't pass a pressure test, and they've since contacted contractors to come in and fix that problem so that they can get their gas restored.
Myman said phase 3 involves helping businesses in the area conduct operations safely during the 3rd shift. Happening today, excused in-person absentee voting for the 37th Senatorial District special election has begun. This is to fill David Yates' seat, who left to become the interim Jefferson County Clerk. The district covers the area west of the airport, south of Shively, and around Valley Station. Voting will take place at the Jefferson County Clerk's Office Election Center from now until 4:30. If you can't make it today, you have 5 of the next 7 days to vote before the December 10th deadline. Congressman Morgan McGarvey calling out the Trump administration over cuts to housing and urban development funding. The Kentucky representative sent a letter to HUD about the decision to cut 70% of the federal funding for continuum of care programs. In a statement, he said, "We're talking about families with children, survivors of domestic violence, and our nation's veterans getting turned away, all because of the administration's callous decision to make more Americans homeless." McGarvey said those cuts will hurt 950 people in Jefferson County alone who rely on funds from continuum of care programs. Indiana lawmakers are one step closer to redrawing congressional districts that align with President Trump's call for more Republicans in the House of Representatives after next year. That bill passed out of a House committee yesterday. The proposed map would put Clark and Floyd County in the same congressional district as downtown Indianapolis. House Republicans acknowledged they were taking an unprecedented step, but also said many Democrat-led states had previously made the similar move to redraw their congressional maps. Still, there are skeptics on the Republican side who say this may cost the party in the long run.
But it wasn't President Trump that convinced me to do it. It was President Obama. When President Obama chose to wage a public relations campaign to urge voters in California to overturn their constitution and their nonpartisan redistricting commission.
While you may, in this chamber, have the votes to win this battle, quote unquote, you may well lose the war for the Indiana Republican Party in the next election and many beyond that.
Now, California voters approved their constitutional amendment to allow for new maps after Texas Republicans began their efforts to add 5 more Republican seats in the midterms. The Indiana map passed out of committee by a vote of 8-5, with one Republican representative, Tim Yoakum, voting against it. The bill scheduled for its second reading in the full House tomorrow. We are hearing from a heroic older brother of a boy who caught fire in Nelson County. The Bardstown Fire Department was called out to Rogan's mobile home park on Monday, where they found a child with second-degree burns on his arms and back. According to his older brother, Aristo Jamie, his brother's hoodie caught fire while standing too close to a propane tank, which was being used as a heater. Aristo quickly pulled off his brother's hoodie and extinguished those flames by running the clothes underneath the nearby faucet.
My heart stopped for a second, because I wasn't expecting to see my brother on fire. I just feel really glad because I know he's alive and none of the fire didn't catch up to him and cause further and worse injury to his face and other parts of his body.
Aristo said that he was not expecting the heroic coin from the fire department as an honor, but he is happy and relieved he can see his brother while he recovers in the burn unit in Louisville.